of 12 p.m. in the afternoon. مساء الخير على كل مستمع بتاع 98.6 I Radio أنتكم في جنوب السودان. You guys are highly welcome to the Wednesday edition. Today happened to be the 2nd of July 2025 and this is the last edition or the last edition of the last hour on this very week because normally we do host guests or we do go up to 4 hours. And as per today we do have some two amazing guests in which one is on the way and one is already here which it's a far of introduction. Galidama began as you can see there introduced Gisinto in which you happen to be playing some of his songs and as well you have been seeing at our poster online. But ladies and gentlemen, Lejang,
hey,
how are you?
I'm good.
What's popping? What's good?
I am popping.
You're popping.
I am popping.
It's well. How have you been from the last time you have been in our AC and in our environment?
Hey, to be honest,
yeah.
I've been okay. So much has been happening. Yeah, so much. Just I feel like time has traveled so fast this year. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's we're in July now. Like what? Aye.
How are you finding Juba? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're becoming a Juba boy.
I mean, yeah, I got married, settling down.
Congratulations.
Shukran. So,
Mama mulana invite. Wala ko mother kere zinki vi iristakum ne. Huh? The adab.
I'm joking. No, I don't know. I just naturally found myself here. I was supposed to be here for a few weeks, like in Anamar of Shunasil. Anamar of Shunasil, Besiani. Before I knew it, months. I'm still here. I'm like, and I'm enjoying it. And the weather is great. So I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it always business, or you just felt like, I just need to be home now?
I think both.
Okay.
Both. Yeah. I just feel in my spirit it's time to to open new chapters.
Okay. And as a part today, or even this very month, not the month. I feel like it's been June and July. People are celebrating International Music Month as a part of this very country, like South Sudan. Why do you think that the music often tells a story of resilience, identity of hope? What does international music personally mean to you as Lujang? Because like you have been juggling between the region as a part your background, but also it will be good for you to tell us like what does this day really mean to you as an artist?
It just shows the appreciation for the art. Like people are taking time to actually give a day to put aside for this thing called music.
Yeah.
Because as far as I know, no matter who you are, you're a doctor, you're a neurosurgeon, you're an engineer, music plays a big role in each and every aspect of everybody. Subconsciously or consciously, it plays a big role. So for them to put like aside a day, Galiani was celebrating music, International World Music Day, that as a musician or someone who decided to be a musician, it means like, hey, there's recognition. And I feel like we need more of this. We can even now break it down. International Jazz Day, International R&B Day, International Afrobeat Day, International South Sudanese Music Day.
Yeah. Like
that will, I think, shed more light onto, what people are doing and recognition and how artists can be supported. I think it's a big deal.
With the history that music is carrying at the international scene, but now reflecting it back home, do you think South Sudan really value music or really value the art itself?
I think we're getting there still. I think our priorities are not there yet. If we talk about art, I think we just healed as a nation.
Yeah.
We just we're what 11 years old. 11 or 12.
14, my friend.
My bad.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to recover.
You see, like the big
first day. Been 2011, and I'm 11.
Yes.
No. 14 years now. We're even we're in the beginning of our teenage life, sir.
Yeah.
So our priorities are not. Okay, just let me give an example.
Yeah.
If you're very rich, your priority will be now luxury.
Yes.
I want to go. I want to go to the beach. But if you're lacking some things at the moment, your priority is like, I want to eat. I don't want to sleep hungry tonight. you're not gonna think about Gali International Chinook Day, or you get it. The priority is some of the people will look at it like in Naskulu, Mama Naskulu, basically people who are aware about what's happening in the world, and which we're few, we're not many. So we're still young as a country to put all our attention onto such things. I think our priorities as a country is different. Doesn't mean it's bad, but just we're still growing to get to where we want to be.
But don't you think with that mindset, that's why like we haven't been moving forward as a country? Because we are still young, we are still growing. This of pampering a child will turn it to be a spoiled brat in future.
This is the nicest way I can say something. So I'm being nice, come on. We're still young, we're growing. But people get it, I get it. You know, they get what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about it on air, but you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Where were you 9th of July 2011? And what did that mean to you?
9th of July?
Yeah.
Independence Day?
Yes.
The first one?
Yes, like well, Independence
2011.
Ligo Nasrafi medan Huria Kanzamandak, like every South Sudanese was on the street by then.
Hey, Anakan when? Anakan when Fijuba Lakin?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I was exactly, Lakin I was not here.
Yeah.
And that time, I remember they were, coming from a Christian family. People were doing prayer meetings, towards that day.
Yeah.
Because people were doing, South Sudan was generally a very Christian country.
Yeah.
So people were doing prayers, tasalam, if in Nairobi there was something happening in Nairobi.
Peace agreement.
Naivasha, so every weekend Giseli, Ishala Kazolma Christian, they were praying. So when it finally happened, there was a party, celebrate Huria Ja, Nasbrija Fijuba.
Yes.
So for me I was now confused, like, okay, so I'm going to leave everything here. I have friends here. I began a life here. So I'm like, okay.
Were you in Uganda or Kenya by then?
I think I was most likely Uganda.
Okay.
Most likely. So I was very young. I don't even know how old I was, to be honest. I was young, and I was like, no, I want to be here. I want to be in this cool place.
Yeah.
Go there and do what. And Juba was such a small, it was a town, not even a city.
Yeah.
So from what I had, I was like, no. There are no Karaba Mafi. Sikama Quest. 2011 were bad.
Yeah, I know.
Like going there to do what? No. So I was excited about finally we have a sense of freedom and peace. But the journey of going there.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm used to Wi-Fi, I'm used to
yes.
So it was a mixed feeling.
Yeah.
But deep down I was happy that we have a country now of our own to be proud of.
With the 14 years and with your maturity and with you being a grown-up man now, like, did your fears been a little bit massa? Because you have feared the Sika, you have feared the Karaba, you have feared this, you have feared that. Now in 2025, and as we are celebrating 14 years, like, the
older you get, you realize, just like I was saying in the beginning, your priorities change.
Yeah.
You can even sometimes, power can go off and you're not even bothered. You're like, it's okay, it will come. You have more patience the older you get. Things can be slow here, sir. But deep down you're like, I love this place.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's it's okay, bit by bit.
Yeah.
You develop patience. So I think things have changed for me. Yeah.
How do you think live performance and vocal talent can influence social change and unity in our community? Because like as you being a Lujang, we already know who Lujang is and what does he do and so forth and so forth. But also with your experience, like, do you think it could have an influence in changing our society and bringing unity together?
Something about live performance, something that I love about it, it's you have control with your audience.
Yeah.
You can connect with them in a way that someone who is not doing something live can connect.
Yeah.
You can literally say, pause and sing along. Sometimes even there's some songs I've made on stage.
Yeah.
Some ideas that are developing on stage.
Okay.
So the fact that I can connect with my audience in a very special way makes me feel like they're part of my journey. You get? So, and with that, I think I have grown let's say, a fan base from my live performances. That's what
Okay.
I think has made me grow a fan base, because literally they're like, he's there. We can see him. He's not too far from us.
Yeah.
He's actually chilling and talking to us. So which makes me feel like I am close to people. I'm close to, and I think influencing change. Change comes from conversations.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you can pause something and talk, people get to connect with the human side of Lujang. You get, and then I think most times in the middle of my shows, I can pause and tell a story of something that happened to me and why I wrote this song. And most times I try to subconsciously, I'm telling them, because my life is about giving people hope, even my music. So I can pause and we can have like a moment, a spiritual moment even. I'm telling guys, everything's gonna be all right, and with that people are like, okay, they can connect and feel like they can have this change can come. So yeah.
Wow, it's just quite on, because like us being in South Sudan and the unity, people have been preaching. Even before independence, people used to say like peace is peace. We want peace. Salam, 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 salam. لحد 2025 احنا لسه قاعدين نكوركم في السلام في السلام في السلام. So it's a quite a one, but it's our responsibility as youth to be advocating for peace, because 75% of the nation are youth. So it's you, it's me, it's her. Hi, Sarah. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
What's popping? What's cracking?
Independence is around the corner, yes?
No, the countdown is coming down, and
The countdown is counting.
Yes, the countdown is counting, really, because like he mentioned, like we are celebrating 11 years. I'm going to Savi, it's 14 years already.
It's 14, not 11.
Yes, it's not 11. So like, how do you feel about celebrating 9th of July this very year? Is it unique? Do you feel anything different about it?
I think every single year when independence is clocking around the corner, and as we grow and become adults, it becomes more significant to us. Because when I was younger, it was... I knew what independence was. Yes, of course, our country became independent. But as we keep transitioning into adults, we find the value of what a nation is, and we begin to develop a sense of patriotism and nationalism. And so every single year around independence, it just ignites that kind of passion around our love for the country. And it's more like a reminder for us to work harder as we keep growing, to develop that sense of growing the country. And of course it starts with an individual level. If I choose to love South Sudan and choose to do everything that's dedicated back to my nation, 10 people around, 20, 30, 40, 50, the entire nation begins to develop that sense. That means we're creating a movement that is creating change around the world in South Sudan.
When were you 9th of July 2011?
In 2011, I was in class 3.
Okay.
And I was in Uganda.
Okay.
Yes.
So you didn't have that feeling of being over national like people say.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
No. I think it clocked 2012 and 13 when I started to realize that, I actually have a country. I'm South Sudanese.
Yes.
We have independence.
Yes.
So I was really young by then, and now is the time that we're developing that strong love for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lujang, when I posted about both of you coming to iRadio, someone told me, said, Sarah, touch Fanan.
Let me tell you, she's one of the most talented people I've met in Juba. Talking about ladies, she's very talented, like when it comes to singing. And to be honest, when we talked about like her,
Cameras there.
like singing and everything, because I'm like, girl, you have so much talent. If you decide to stop everything else you're doing and focus on music, you can actually do well. It's, whatever you want. So guys, there's no doubt she is a singer. From a singer to another singer. Like, I'm not playing.
She's a top notch.
She knows what she's doing.
So, Kanjineleki Sarah, what happened? Like, let's start from the beginning, from the basis. You being a Sarah Touch.
Okay.
We got to know about Sarah Touch being the mother of the nation. I don't know. I don't know. Let her tell us the story. Like, where's the background of you being in the entertainment industry, of you being an artist?
Okay, I'm not a recording artist, but I'm a singer. I love to sing. So I was 10 years old when I discovered I could sing in music class, in music school. So I don't think you have to actually be a recording artist to be a singer, and that's something that's definitely fine by me.
There's difference.
Yeah, there's people who like. I'm so sorry to say this. There are people who are actually not talented singers, but they're recording artists, and that's okay. And there's people who are not recording artists, and when you meet them and listen to their voice, there are many. Trust me, it's not just me. There's a lot of young people who have this singing talent, and they're not recording artists. So it's just like a talent. It's just like an inborn gift. And it's also something that I do once in a while. I truly am passionate about singing, most especially live singing. That's why probably by now I would have done a lot of recorded music, but I prefer to perform music live because it comes from the soul, it comes from the heart, and it's
We're
that's
fixing that.
that's yes,
We're fixing that.
that's the truth.
And I hope with Lujang being around, he will have an influence on you to at least give us some more of you.
I mean, I'm already
Inshallah.
influencing guys.
Right? Hey, this is what I would wish to have. But for it come to you, Sarah, celebrating International Music Day, like what does it mean to you?
Wonderful. Music is. Every time I get to ask myself these questions, so now I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Like, what's the origin of music? How did music start? And is music like a spirit?
Okay.
Is music like, because it actually touches souls, it speaks to people, it moves bodies, it can cause change. Like, you can listen to a song and you start to cry. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what is this force that comes with music, with the combination of sound, lyrics, and things like that? It's something I might not be able to figure out anytime, but I think us celebrating International Music Day or us commemorating it is just to remind us of the powerful force that music carries, and also to remind people not to just sing or not to just make music, but make impact through the music that they're making. Because I believe each and every single one of us has a role to play, even if you're just a singer, even if you're whatever role you're doing in your life. And music is a key way to change lives of people. Like, music is so influential, more influential than standing in a platform and lobbying thousands of people and speaking to them. But create music that touches people's hearts and lives. Even if it's bad, it influences people. So this is just us trying to use the platform to remind young people who are in the music space to use their talents to create positive change and impact around the community and the society.
Karena derara fu sabi de robuto kef.
Ooh, Sarah and Lujang? Ooh, should I leave it for Lujang?
We met online.
Online? Wow. Okay. Because like some people might be saying like, those are very talented people, but when it comes to this, how?
I meant it sarcastically. You know, you met online, like kind of thing. No, was it 2 years ago?
Must be 2 years or more. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe I'd come for oil and gas.
Okay.
No, 3 years ago.
I
3 years
remember
ago.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd come for the oil and gas summit.
Event, yeah.
Yeah, in Pyramid Radisson.
It was in
Yeah.
Radisson. Yeah.
Radisson. So yeah, I'd come for it, and then what happened?
That very pyramid.
Yeah, and then I'd come for it, and then there was some event before, right? That I met you at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so I met her. She's like, "Oh, you're the Lujang? Okay."
And I used to listen to his music before I met him.
Yeah. Before we met, she was already listening to me. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So anyway, we met, and then she had an event as well. She was singing at an event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Can you play for me guitar?" I'm like, "Oh, no problem, whatever." So I play guitar, and then we connect. And that was the first time we met.
We rehearsed before the event.
Okay.
And then that's where we got to meet, introduce each other, had chit chats.
At the I think balcony of
Yeah,
Radisson
the
or something.
rooftop.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was
Interesting.
very random, but I think there was an instant connection.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then we just vibed. Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to both of you, you both are known for having a strong vocals and like very lively performance. What really does it take emotionally and mentally to deliver a powerful live performance, and as well when it comes to especially when your audience connects to your word and sing, because like it really takes a lot from audience, like to be keen to listen word to word, because and fina saimburu as maganta jota. Like again, I'll just put you on your feet. You want to dance, and this is how sometimes we get ourselves just drained away with the life challenges and hardships that we're having. But with you both, like, how do you guys take it a little bit emotional as well, mentally, to deliver the performance that you both keep giving us each and every time we met in different events?
First of all, I'd say it starts with you being you, like not trying to imitate somebody else. Each of us is gifted in some kind of way, and I see trends, I see the amapianos, I see this, and then simply because there's a lot of trends, music trends around, you want to hop on it. It's okay to actually catch up with trends, but make sure as you're catching up with music trends, there is that soul that is you, like the center of it should be you. Your voice should be yours. It should be real, not imitating somebody else's because somebody went viral because of that kind of maybe vocal range. I also think practice is really essential for you to be able to perfect your vocals and things like that. But generally being you, performing your soul. And also one of the things is I notice sometimes people are, or maybe from my personal experience, when you're singing, you want to sing to people. I know you're actually singing to people, but make sure it's coming from the inwards first. Like, you know, you're satisfying, because I'm so selfish when it comes to music and singing. I do it for me. I do it for myself. There's a sense of relief. There's so much healing that happens when I sing and perform. So yes, it has to make meaning to you, and then somebody somewhere with the same mindset or feeling can relate with you.
Okay. And when it comes to you, Lujang, for that aspiring young artist or someone, even sometimes with the established artists, I feel like whenever they do go perform, they have the combo will be playing at the background with the words, but they don't really focus on the live performance and as well the vice versa with the production as well. Like, how do you think it's very important for an upcoming artist to focus on live performance skills and as well not to forget the skills of vice versa with the studio production at the same time?
If you're out there and you're coming up, live performance is a very, very important aspect of your musicianship. Because, I mean, if you're talking about the Grammys, people are not doing playback. And that's the highest level of what? Music so far, right? People, there's always like a band somewhere playing, whether it's Drake, whether it's who. You find that there's a band behind playing. It creates the humanness of the music, you get it? It's not just something digital, it was actually played from scratch. You know, it's very important to learn the aspect of, if you can't play an instrument, at least perfect your voice. Hit a note, you know, at least stay on the note for at least 3 minutes. It helps you a lot, because sometimes the music goes off and then power is off. Or something, technical glitch. You're not gonna say DJ. No, you can't do anything. So you have to like be able to at least hold a note, tell people like, I got this. That's why rappers also most times tend to get away with it, because I mean, there's not much singing. But if you're a singer, you need to learn how to at least hold a note for a minute. We're also live streaming on our Facebook page, and not to forget YouTube channel. If you guys are watching, good afternoon. This is the Soundtrack Show with me, Diko De Andro, and an amazing two guests that will be none other than Lujang and Sarah Atoch, in which we do have some comments to read out. Renda Wani is saying, yay, shout out to you guys in the studio. Is Renda watching you live from Nairobi. I'm enjoying the show. And then Deng Makur, nice program. This is Deng Makur watching you live from Akrobog. In Gogrial East County, that is in Warrap State. We're going.
Yes. And then I will love with the show. Hi Nicole, good afternoon. And when it comes to you, Sarah, what do you think some of the challenges in South Sudan artists face when it comes to preserving like the authenticity of the sound while also staying competitive in the global music? Because we mentioned that some people now trend, they want to keep their music, and as well they want to keep paying bills. Like, there's a lot of challenges that they do have, and even when it comes to South Sudan, I feel like we haven't noticed or we haven't figured out what is our sound look like as a South Sudanese, and I feel like it's some of the challenges that we just go under the trend colors. South Sudan we move to the next.
Okay, I think it could be a lot of issues, but I could mention that we require mentorship from our elders, let me say, because we also have legendary music icons in South Sudan who started from way back. And as the world transitions, each generation comes with its own probably taste in everything, in music, in fashion, and in everything. So I feel like bridging generational gaps between these musicians and those musicians or those artists is quite a thing that needs to happen. They get to mentor these young ones, probably listen to their stories on why they started their music. Because if we listen to our old, I love Emmanuel Kembe so much. And just a few days ago, I was saying, I am praying and praying and praying Emmanuel Kembe releases new albums very soon. And I was saying that most of the music that we know of Emmanuel is coming from way back. But we want to hear something that is fresh of today, that even probably two coming generations have also music from Kembe. I believe his music is living forward, but we need more. We need more from him. So I feel like he's one of the people that would take so much, play a huge role when it comes to mentorship. Try to make these young people understand that it's not just about music, but he was a movement. Kembe was a whole huge movement for this nation. And I feel like these young people also have potential with their different talents, and we require so much mentorship so that we can maybe flow in a good track and understand that it's not just about singing, but there's a lot more that needs to be done through it.
The young you love to add?
Yeah, mentorship is really important, because just like you mentioned, we're still finding our sound. That conversation I've had, it's so much. But I've reached a point where I'm like, I think it's not too important right now. Let's just develop quality, good artists. And then, because right now, we grew up in different countries. Some are coming from the US, from East Africa, Uganda, and everyone comes into the country with a different vibe. Right? I've come with a different vibe, she has a different vibe. So I think let's just grow good quality artists and then give it some time, say 10, 15 years. Then now it can be like, okay, we have something in common now. But mentorship is really important. And yes, Kembe should release another another album for sure. We need that. We need that as I'm not a Gen Z, but the Gen Zs and the millennials.
Hello.
I'd love to ask a question, because when we speak about a South Sudanese sound, I feel like we already have a lot. Like if you listen to Acholi music, you know what it sounds like. It's ringing in your head now when I say Acholi music. When I say listen to Bari music, you already know what. When I say exactly, so we have a lot and a lot.
Actually, when it comes to the sound, like I felt it had been there if it was a collective work and a unity between the artists, because Dynamic came with Ruka music, WJ came with Zouk music, then Kokosan have something as well, then Silver X came with something as well. So and Slatin Pro now is making a movement as well with the DJ, with the latest song of Lady Cola and the one they had with John Fogg and Anyariel Methang. So like I feel like if they just the producers, the world like very oriented who know like the production of music come together and just try to blend things around, and I feel like they could come to a solution when it comes to the sound of South Sudan.
Definitely.
When it comes to the quality artists you mentioned, Sarah, give me top 5. I know it can be a wrong corner, a tied up corner.
This is very tricky.
Give me 5.
You're playing with me, girl.
3 ladies. It's WCW. 3 ladies, 2 men.
Okay, I'm just going to speak about my favorite singers. People, when I listen to their music, they actually do leave a touch and a spot in my heart. When it comes to guys, I think it's mainly guys. It's like opposite gender.
It's
okay. One, we have Single D. I'll start with Single D.
Okay.
2, I would... Of course, Lujang, yes, is not excluded. He's also one sensational South Sudanese artist. These are my favorites. They could not, maybe whoever's listening would say that they're not theirs and stuff like that, but these are my personal favorites. From the ladies, let me come this side. I love to listen to Meve.
Okay.
I hope I've pronounced her name well.
Miva
Miva Lynch. Thank you so much. She is amazing. We also have an upcoming singer, and that is... her name is Ziva.
Zoe?
Thank you.
Zoe Music.
Zoe Music. She is amazing. If you guys haven't heard of Zoe Music, I think it's time for you to. She's sensational. I feel like she's going to do a lot.
Yaba Angelos'
Yaba Angelos' sister.
Shout out.
These are 2. Let me stick with it. Yes, let me stick with that.
Lujang, as we are wrapping this very program, if you had an opportunity to send one message to the world about South Sudan through live music, what would that message be?
Apart from potential, we have talent. apart from just conflicts, we have actually real people who live every day. Because something I tell my non-South Sudanese friends, I'm like, because whenever they talk to me, oh, how's the war? That's the first thing ever.
Facts.
Are you guys still fighting?
Why are you fighting?
Why are you fighting?
Yeah.
Then I tell them, I'm like, hey, we have our lives go on.
Yeah.
We marry, we have kids,
Yeah.
we love music. Like, apart from the war aside,
We have a life.
We have a life
to live.
We're like you people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think at this point I'm a marketer for South Sudan. Visit South Sudan.
Visit South Sudan.
Like, there's so much that is happening here. Like, give us just a bit of time. We're figuring out our issues, but the music scene, the agricultural scene, tourism, just give it a few. Guys, we can take Africa. We have everything that it takes. So, guys, if you're listening to me, visit South Sudan.
Sarah?
Wonderful. I think whatever the world knows about South Sudan is not actually what South Sudan is.
Okay.
The hugest percentage that the world gets to hear is only negative stuff. That's a concept that we all know and understand. So I want people to know that, and this reflects in how we act, how we behave, how we portray. For me, it's more like taking it just on your shoulder. And if each and every single one just takes it on their shoulder and say, hey, I'm a rep of South Sudan, maybe at an international airport, or whenever I travel, whenever I'm doing something, I'm representing my country just by being me, because I'm South Sudanese. And so I'm just trying to remind young people to do their level best in everything that they do, because at the end of the day, it comes back to who we are. It shows back what South Sudan is like. Whenever we do good, they say, whoa, South Sudanese, come and we'll watch. South Sudanese. Whenever we do bad, they say, oh, that's South Sudanese. That's how they are. So let's try to change by actually living and making these things happen, doing our best in every single aspect that we can. But South Sudan is beautiful. South Sudan is the most beautiful country in the entire wide world. And the world is going to witness a lot of greatness coming out of us, because this is who we are.
Inshallah. From here, thank you so much, my guest, for passing by the soundtrack show. Any last word? And by the way, as Tabantakum Kalam Tafananinde, copyright, you just want to make money, even taxing us here on iRadio, Jama.
Who taxed you?
Do you know if I play your song right now, I'll be taxed, or this whole interview will be erased? Meta. Because you have copyrighted your content. Yes, this is a note for artists and to all artists.
No, that's weird.
Yeah,
no,
they will actually erase it, and that's why my producer is so keen, and he's just here next to me so that he makes sure that I don't play the song when we are live.
Okay,
but
I can just sing it live.
We're actually going to be moving to TikTok. You're going to be showing us on TikTok.
That's amazing.
In which, if you love to know the latest music from Lujang, you can just follow us on our TikTok page, and you happen to be seeing both of them performing. One for Sarah with the old songs. By the way, I have went through your previous YouTube account. I have googled, and I have found some interesting songs. It's starting from the one for Nina Bishukuru Ita, You Are My Beginning, I've been Hebik Ya Watan, and then there's
the lover girl.
Yes,
it's actually a gospel song.
It's a gospel song, by the way, and this is the other part that people didn't know, that so Ashankira Salana Gal Sarah Seifanan, so like it's just a questionable thing, but we are just hoping with the influence of Lujang.
Those who are asking,
yes,
please. She's about to do something big.
Amen. Amen.
God sent me to change the narrative. Babosh.
Anyway, thank you so much, Ligaang and Sarah, for passing by. Hope we'll be seeing you people soon. And as for the listeners that can miss interview to another cool, make sure that you go and follow us on our Facebook and YouTube so that you can be getting all the infos and whatever that we have been talking about. From me to you, this has been the Wednesday edition on 98.6. Tomorrow is another day, and make sure it's a TBT in which you're reminding ourselves with some oldies. But for now, let's hear this from Lujang.
Bamba halawa, bamba giyafa, kanana shufia, niya bifata, mukma bishtaka, zenefesta iderugata, but she said nobody can show some love. Give her much time and hold her so tight. Giyafata kimirabuna, anazuna diabuna, kinana guna hallelujah, hallelujah.